Have you ever found yourself stuck in a loop of negative thoughts, feeling like you just can't escape them? Why is it that some days our mind feels heavy with worry and sadness, while other days it feels light and free? Imagine waking up tomorrow with a mind so clear and positive that negative thoughts vanish completely. How different would your life be then? For example, think about holding a glass of water. If you pour dirt into it, the water becomes dirty and unclear. But if you take your time and clean it carefully, it shines bright and pure again. Our minds work in a similar way. Negative thoughts cloud our mind, but with the right care, we can wash them away and see things clearly once again. Welcome to Wisdom Woven. Here we explore how ancient wisdom can help us live better, clearer, and happier lives. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribed. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot and helps us to bring you more valuable content like this. Now, let's start our journey by understanding how our mind creates negative thoughts and how we can change that. Negative thoughts don't come from nowhere. They grow from habits, experiences, and sometimes unknown fears. Buddhism teaches us that recognizing these thoughts is the first step to freeing ourselves from them. When we become aware, we see them not as parts of who we are, but simply as passing clouds in the sky of our mind. Our minds are powerful, and they can either be our worst enemy or our greatest friend. By learning to watch our thoughts closely, we stop being controlled by negativity. This video will guide you with simple, practical ways inspired by Buddhism to gently remove these negative layers and bring peace inside. Stay with us, because the ideas you will discover can change how you see yourself and the world around you. It's not about forcing thoughts away, but about softly letting them go, just like clouds drifting out of sight. So, if you want to finally vanish your negative thoughts now, keep watching. Step into the space where the Zen master speaks, gentle and warm. A friendly teacher with the patience of 1,000 calm mornings. Here, together, we explore the roots of negative thoughts, using the simple ideas of Buddhism. You do not need to know special words or clever tricks, just a calm mind, open to learning, and the willingness to see how thoughts move and flow. Let's begin. Imagine sitting in your room. The sun is soft outside the window. You think everything is fine, but then an uncomfortable thought appears. Maybe it whispers that you're not good enough. Maybe it stirs up memories you do not want to remember. Why does this happen? Are these thoughts true? Can we do anything about them? Buddhism offers gentle answers. First, it tells us you are not your thoughts. Really, they are just like clouds drifting in the sky. Sometimes dark, sometimes light, but never the sky itself. The sky is always there, calm and endless, no matter how many clouds pass by. In the same way, your true mind is always present and peaceful, even when negative thoughts appear. How do negative thoughts begin? Buddhism says everything comes from causes and conditions, like seeds in the earth. If you plant an apple seed, it grows an apple tree. If a seed of worry or sadness lands in the soil of your heart, and you give it water and sunlight by thinking about it, that seed will grow. Sometimes our families, our schools, even our own worries, have planted many seeds over time. When things get tough, these seeds sprout fast. But do not worry. Knowing this gives us power. When you see a weed in the garden, you can gently pull it out. When you notice a negative thought, you don't have to let it stay. You can choose to water other, healthier seeds inside your mind. That is the first lesson. Awareness. Many people think negative thoughts are the enemy. But the Zen master smiles and says, They are just visitors. Guests come to the house of your mind. Some are noisy or rude, but you do not need to let them move in forever. See them, greet them, and watch as they leave in their own time. Buddhist stories are filled with simple examples. A common one is about a monk who sits by a river. He notices leaves floating on the water. Some are bright and healthy, others are brown and damaged. Still, the river keeps flowing. The monk does not try to catch every leaf or remove every bad one. He knows with time the water will carry them all away. Let's apply this to daily lives. Suppose you are worried about making a mistake at work or school. Your mind repeats, "I messed up. I am not smart." Buddhism teaches, do not fight with this thought. Instead, watch it softly. Say to yourself, a thought has appeared. It says I am not smart. Is this true? Do I need to believe it? Often, just watching the thought makes it lose its power, like a shadow that vanishes in the sunshine. Another important Buddhist lesson: everything changes. The word is impermanence. It means nothing stays the same forever, not even your feelings or thoughts. Think about when you were a child and something upset you. A broken toy or a friend not sharing. That feeling seemed huge, but did it last? No. Faded even if you did nothing. Your mind is the same. Bad thoughts arise, but they also pass. There are three main roots of negative thinking, called the three poisons in Buddhism: craving, aversion, and ignorance. Craving is wanting things you do not have or wanting things to stay the same. Aversion is pushing away things you do not like. Ignorance is forgetting your true peaceful mind. These are the roots under the weeds in your garden. If you notice them, you can pull them out gently, one by one. The Zen master teaches with kindness. When a negative thought appears, do not judge it or yourself. Do not fear it. Just watch it, like you would watch a bird fly past your window. This watching is called mindfulness. A simple kind of paying attention, gently, kindly, without getting lost in stories or fighting battles inside your mind. Let us pause and do a simple exercise. Right now, think about the last time you felt upset or angry. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you see how that feeling was just one moment? How before and after it there were calmer times? How even strong feelings wash away, like waves returning to the ocean? This truth that everything passes can bring you comfort. Buddhist philosophy is not cold or distant. It is friendly, warm, and hopeful. It teaches that behind every negative thought is a wish to be safe, happy, and loved. Even anger or fear grows from wanting to feel okay. When you see this, you can treat your mind softly, not with punishment but with gentle curiosity. Sometimes negative thoughts seem loud, like a radio turned up too high. But the master reminds you, you control the volume. With practice, you learn to turn it down. One way is to name the thought. When worry appears, say, "This is worry." When judgment appears, say, "This is judgment." Naming helps you step back, to see there is space between you and your thought. Buddhism also teaches about habits. Just as muscles grow stronger with exercise, thoughts grow stronger with attention. If you repeat sadness, it becomes a habit. If you practice kindness, that grows too. You can train your mind just as you train your body. Slowly, patiently, and with small steps each day. To make this real, the Zen master shares a story. A young woman worries all the time. She is afraid to speak up at school and feels others are always judging her. One day, she visits a wise teacher, who gives her a cup of dirty water and says, Hold this and wait. Slowly, the dirt settles, and the water becomes clear. The teacher asks, "What happened?" She answers, "I waited. I did nothing. The water cleared by itself." The teacher smiles. This is your mind. Sometimes, letting thoughts settle works better than fighting them. If you remember nothing else from this part, remember this: your mind is naturally clear, calm, and peaceful. Negative thoughts are not permanent. With awareness, kindness, and small changes, you can watch them come and go without fear. As we move forward in this video series, you will discover more ways to gently let go of heavy thoughts, find peace inside, and realize that you have all the power you need to create a happier, lighter mind. For now, just try observing your thoughts today. Notice when a negative one shows up. Pause. Breathe in and out. Remember, it's just a visitor, not your true self. You are so much more than any single thought. Keep practicing. The journey is gentle, step by step. You are already on the path towards a clearer, brighter mind. Come sit for a while with the Zen master. The day is calm, the breeze gentle, and your heart is open to understanding. Today we look deeper into the mind, a place both familiar and mysterious, and understand how thoughts, especially negative ones, come and go. In Buddhism, learning about the mind is like learning to know a good friend, with patience, kindness, and a little curiosity. First, imagine your mind as a wide, peaceful lake. On some days, the water is still and you can see all the way to the bottom. Other days, stones of worry or fear are tossed in, making waves and stirring the mud. No matter how big the waves, know this: the lake underneath is always calm and whole. Thoughts are the ripples, sometimes large, sometimes small, but they are not the lake itself. Let us talk about how thoughts appear. Buddhism teaches that our thoughts come from many places. Things we learn from others, memories we hold from the past, hopes and worries about the future, and even simple habits we repeat. Thoughts are like visitors, some helpful, some noisy, some that come and go so fast we hardly notice. The Zen master smiles and says, "We don't have to believe every visitor. Just notice and let them travel on." Think for a moment of a room with many windows. The mind is like this room, and thoughts are gusts of wind that enter and leave through different windows. Sometimes a cold wind comes in and you feel sad. Sometimes a breeze brings laughter or joy. But the room, the mind, is always yours, strong and holding space for everything. Buddhism uses the word mind in a very special way. The mind isn't just what we think, with words or pictures inside our heads. Mind is the space where everything appears. Feelings, thoughts, dreams, even silence. It is often said, the mind is like the sky, and thoughts are clouds drifting by. Some clouds are heavy with rain, some are light and fluffy, but the sky never changes. Many people get stuck believing their thoughts are the truths. But Buddhism teaches that thoughts are only ideas, they are not always facts. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough," it doesn't make it true. That's just a thought, shaped by your mood, by old habits or words you've heard before. If you see thoughts as passing clouds, you begin to feel free. It can be helpful to ask, where did this thought come from? Maybe something happened to you. Maybe you heard something from someone else. Or maybe you're just tired or hungry. The Zen master says, you are not your thoughts. You are the watcher, calm and open, letting thoughts move as they will. In Buddhist stories, wise teachers often compare the mind to a mirror. A mirror reflects whatever stands before it. a happy face, an angry face, a cloudy day, or a bright morning. The reflections change, but the mirror never changes. Sometimes it gets dusty, but with a soft cloth it becomes clear again. Your mind is the mirror. Your thoughts are reflections. No reflection can harm the mirror. No thought can truly harm you. How can we experience our thoughts more clearly? Try this simple exercise. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Notice what comes up. Maybe an image, a memory, or just a feeling. Let it be for a moment without pushing it away or telling yourself a big story. Just see it. Now, breathe out and imagine the thought passing by like a leaf floating down a gentle stream. Watch it go. Notice you are still here, calm, watching. This is the real you. Quiet, patient, full of peace. There is a teaching in Buddhism called awareness of awareness. Sounds simple, but it is very deep. The idea is to notice not just what you are thinking, but that you are thinking. Like standing at the top of a hill, looking down at the landscape, you see everything clearly because you are a little apart from it. This awareness is powerful. It means you can look at any thought, happy, sad, or scary, and know, I am watching this. I am not lost. Sometimes thoughts feel sticky. You may try to let go of a worry or a deep sadness, but it keeps coming back. The Zen master says, it's okay, like mud in a river. With patience and kindness, everything settles. If you fight the mud, the river only gets more cloudy. But if you rest and wait, the water clears by itself. So when a thought sticks, don't fight or fear it. Just keep watching gently, and little by little it will pass. It's also important to know that thoughts can feel very real because of the emotions they bring. If you believe, nothing ever goes right for me, you might feel sad or angry. That feeling makes the thought seem even stronger. Buddhism teaches us to notice the feeling too. I feel sad because of this thought. You might say to yourself, that's okay. It is just a feeling. Watch both the thought and the feeling. They are both clouds in the sky of your mind. Let's talk about attention. Where you place your attention is where your mind's energy flows. If you focus on worries all day, worries grow. If you focus on kindness, kindness grows. The Zen master advises, be careful what you water in the garden of your mind. Every moment is a chance to choose where to put your energy. Start small. Notice a single positive thing each morning. Or when a negative thought shows up, gently bring your attention to something calm, like the sound of your breath. In Buddhism, there's a practice called non-attachment. This means you don't hold on too tightly to any thought or feeling. Imagine holding sand in your hand. If you squeeze tightly, the sand spills out. If you hold it gently and with care, it stays in your palm. Non-attachment is like that, holding your thoughts gently, giving them space, not squeezing them until they hurt. Another lesson: thoughts multiply if you argue with them. If a thought says, I'm not good at this, and you try to fight it, it only becomes stronger. Instead, try saying, hello, old thought. I see you. With time, the thought is not so strong anymore. It becomes just another cloud. Buddhist teachers often talk about emptiness, which sounds strange but is actually very freeing. Emptiness means that thoughts, feelings, and even the self you think you are, do not last forever and are not solid like a rock. Everything is always changing. The Zen master says, nothing is set in stone. You can always begin again. This truth opens the heart and gives hope. Children learn about the mind quickly. If a little child falls and gets a scrape, they may cry loudly, And then, 5 minutes later, they're laughing again. This is the natural flow of mind. A feeling comes, then it passes. Grown-ups can learn this lesson too. Our thoughts and feelings come and go. With practice, we don't get stuck. You might ask, if thoughts just come and go, why do some feel so strong? Why do worries, fears, or memories sometimes seem to take over? Buddhism explains, because we believe them, we practice thinking them, or we repeat old habits. The good news is that habits can change. Even the deepest river carves a new path over time. Let's do another small practice together. Sit quietly for 1 minute. Each time a thought comes, a worry, a memory, a plan for tomorrow, imagine it's a feather falling in front of you. Watch it float down. When it lands, let it be. Then notice, now I am watching another feather. Soon you'll see how many thoughts come and how many go, all without needing to make them stop. This is natural, gentle mindfulness. Buddhism reminds us, again and again, the mind is a wonderful tool, but it is not the boss. When you watch your thoughts, when you see them lightly and kindly, you hold the key to peace. You discover, at the deepest level, that you are not made of worries or sadness. You are the calm water, the wide sky, the patient watcher. If you forget all the complex words or teachings, just remember this: your mind is your friend. Sometimes, friends get confused or grumpy. Sometimes, friends are joyful and bright. A true friend stays steady, loving, and patient. Treat your mind with the same kindness. Notice what appears, care for the feelings that come, but know that always underneath your mind is clear, open, and ready for peace. As you go about your day, try to listen gently to your thoughts without fear or force. When you hear an old story, "I'm not enough, things will never change, it's all too much," smile softly and remember the Zen master's words. You are not your thoughts. You are the calm watcher, and every moment is new. With each breath, you can begin again, letting peace return, one gentle wave at a time. Let us sit together as the morning grows bright, and I, your Zen master, will help you see deeper into the roots of negative thoughts. We have talked about clouds and rivers in the mind. Today we look beneath the ground, to the roots hidden under the soil. If you want to remove a weed from your garden, you cannot only cut the leaves, you must find and gently pull out the root. In Buddhism, there are 3 roots that make our thoughts negative: craving, aversion, and ignorance. Understanding these roots is like shining a flashlight in a dark room. Everything becomes clearer and less scary. First, let us talk about craving. Have you ever wanted something so much you could think of nothing else? Maybe it's a toy, a new phone, good grades, or someone's attention. You dream about having it, but when you get it, the happiness quickly fades. Soon you want something else. That feeling, never quite happy, needing more, always chasing, is called craving. Craving makes space for negative thoughts in our minds. When you want something but do not have it, your mind may say, "I'm not happy," or "I'm missing out." If you get what you want and lose it, your mind might shout, "That's not fair." When you crave, your mind is never calm or steady. A little disappointment grows into a storm of sadness or anger. The Zen master says, craving is like a hungry fire. It always wants more wood. But the more you feed it, the bigger it gets. Let's see an example from daily life. Imagine you're scrolling on your phone. You see friends having fun, parents buying presents, students getting awards. Suddenly, craving wakes up inside. "Why don't I have that?" it whispers. This thought grows and brings friends, I must not be good enough. Life is unfair. I want that too. It all started with a small want, but it grows into a crowd of unhappy thoughts. Now, what can we do about craving? The first step is to see it clearly. When you notice you are wanting something very much, pause. Instead of saying, I must have it, try saying, this is craving. Hello, craving. You are here. With practice, craving loses its grip. It becomes just a feeling, not a boss. Next, we come to aversion. Aversion is the opposite of craving. Think of a time something happened that you did not like. Maybe someone ignored you, or you were embarrassed, or you tasted bitter food. Aversion is the feeling of, I want this to end, or I dislike this. This root spreads quickly, wrapping around our hearts, making us push away anything we find uncomfortable. Aversion is strong because we learn to avoid what hurts, but sometimes we push too hard. If you are afraid of failing, you may never try. If you dislike someone's words, you might get angry and speak harshly. The Zen master reminds us, pushing away makes the pain stronger. Like pulling on a knot, the harder you try, the tighter it gets. Imagine this in real life. Maybe someone at school is rude to you. Aversion rises. I hate this. The feeling grows. Why are people so mean? Suddenly, your mind is filled with anger and sadness. But notice, the rude person is not inside your mind. Your own aversion has made the unhappiness grow. Many negative thoughts start because we refuse to accept something as it is. So, what can we do when aversion appears? Just like with craving, begin by seeing it. When you notice yourself getting upset, say, here is aversion. You are just a feeling. I see you. Even when events are unfair or hard, naming your feeling makes space for peace to enter. You do not have to agree with what happens, but you can choose not to feed the root of aversion. Finally, we come to the third root, ignorance. This is not about being silly or dumb. It simply means not seeing things as they really are. Ignorance is like wearing foggy glasses. Everything is blurry, and we make mistakes about what is real. In Buddhism, ignorance is forgetting our true, calm, peaceful mind. Ignorance often tells us stories. I am always unhappy. I am alone. Things will never change. These stories are not true, but when you believe them, you plant seeds of sadness and worry. Ignorance keeps us from seeing that all thoughts and feelings change, that we are not stuck, and that we have kindness inside. Think about it. If you're walking in the dark and hear a stick break, fear rushes in. Is that a snake? But when you turn on the light, you just see a stick. Ignorance is the darkness. Wisdom is turning on the light. The Zen master says, when you see with clear eyes, you find peace. What you imagined was danger was nothing at all. Let's have a simple chat about how all three roots can grow together. Suppose one day, you want to join a group of friends. Craving. They do not invite you, aversion. Your mind says, they don't like me. I am not good enough, ignorance. Now your mind is full of pain. But if you look closely and see the roots, I wanted something, I didn't get it, and now I am losing hope. You can gently untangle them. You no longer feel trapped by your thoughts. What are some ways to dig up these roots? Start by becoming a gentle gardener of your mind. Every day, notice when old seeds, craving, aversion, or ignorance, begin to grow. Do not judge yourselves. All gardens have weeds, and all minds have difficult thoughts. Smile kindly at yourself when you notice them, and gently say, I see you, root. You are not my enemy, But I don't need you to grow today. Sometimes, negative thoughts come rushing like a rainstorm. You may feel you cannot keep up. The Zen master says, when it rains, let it rain, but hold an umbrella of patience. Instead of reacting to every feeling, let it pass. Watch, breathe, and trust that the storm will quiet. Rain always gives way to sunshine. One powerful practice is to bring curiosity to your thoughts. If a thought shouts, "You always fail," ask, "Why do I believe this?" Is it the root of craving, wishing to always win? Is it aversion, hating mistakes? Or is it ignorance, forgetting all the times I succeeded? Questions turn the soil, loosening the old roots so you can pull them out. And remember, you are not gardening alone. In Buddhism, we are taught to help each other. If you feel lost in your own thoughts, talk to a friend, a teacher, or a family member. Sometimes, just saying what you feel brings light to the garden of your mind. Do not be discouraged if the weeds return. Growth takes time. The Master says, each time you notice a root and do not water it, you are one step closer to a beautiful, peaceful mind. Over days, weeks, even months, you will see less sadness or anger, and more light and kindness inside. Let's try a small practice together, called gentle naming. 1. Sit quietly for a moment. 2. When a negative thought appears, ask, is this craving? Is this aversion? Is this ignorance? 3. Name it softly. I see craving, or here is aversion. 4. Smile kindly. Imagine placing the thought in your hand, light as a feather. 5. Let it go as you would a leaf in the wind. With practice, naming the root helps you step back. You become the gardener, not the weed. The thoughts may visit but cannot take over. Now let me share an old Buddhist story. There was once a young monk who wanted peace above all else. He tried to fight every sad or angry thought, but the more he fought, the more tired he became. One morning, after much struggle, he sat quietly and listened to the birds outside. He realized that all his fighting was just another kind of craving for things to be different. He relaxed, smiled, and for the first time, felt peace inside. The roots of negativity were still in the garden, but he no longer watered them. The lesson is simple. The roots may be strong, but your awareness is stronger. Every moment you see yourself clearly and treat your own mind with patience, the roots lose their power. Over time, grass grows where weeds once crowded. Keep in mind, too, that even the Zen master sometimes sees weeds in his garden. We are all learning together. Each day is a new chance to look kindly at ourselves, to spot the old roots, and to let more sunlight in. So as you move through your day, notice, do your thoughts come from wanting something? From pushing something away? From forgetting your calm and joyful self? Now you know the roots. With wisdom, patience, and a soft heart, you can keep your mind fresh and open, ready for happiness to bloom. The journey is not about having a perfect garden, but about learning to love and care for it every single day. Craving, aversion, ignorance, they may show up, but you do not have to let them grow. Let this be your practice, gentle and true, and watch as your mind becomes a place of peace, one root at a time. Come, sit together in this gentle moment, and let's continue on our journey into the peaceful teachings of the Zen Master. Today, our lesson is about mindfulness, one of the simplest and most magical tools Buddhism shares with us for understanding and softening negative thoughts. Imagine mindfulness as a lantern, bright and warm, helping us see the paths of our mind more clearly, step by gentle step. Let us begin simply. What is mindfulness? It is being present. When you are mindful, you notice what is happening right now. It's like hearing a single bird's song, smelling fresh rain, or feeling the ground under your feet. Mindfulness means you are awake and paying attention, but not lost in worries about the past or dreams about the future. You are here. Now, you may ask, how can mindfulness help with negative thoughts? Imagine walking in a dark forest. If you do not carry a lantern, you might trip and stumble, bump into trees, or become frightened by shadows. But if you hold out your lantern steady and bright, you see the path. You notice stones or branches before you trip. The Zen master smiles and says, mindfulness is your lantern. It shows you the shape of your thoughts, so you can walk without fear. In everyday life, negative thoughts often sneak up quietly. Maybe you wake with a heavy feeling, or your mind repeats, I'm not good enough, or nothing will change. Without mindfulness, these thoughts swirl together and make sadness stronger. But when you turn on your lantern and look closely, you see them for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. Mindfulness gives you space, like stepping back and seeing a problem from far away, instead of being lost inside it. Let's practice together. Take a breath just as you are now. Notice, are you warm or cool? Is your face smiling, tense, or soft? Are there any thoughts trying to grab your attention? Simply see what is there without changing anything. Maybe you notice a worry, a tightness in your chest, or a thought about something unfinished. With mindfulness, you are not pushing these away or judging them. You are just watching kindly, like a parent watching a sleeping child. This is the first step. The Zen master often says, awareness is the beginning of healing. When you notice a negative thought or feeling in the moment it appears, you are no longer lost inside it. The thought is still there, but it cannot control you as easily. Mindfulness is your safe space, where you can sit and watch thoughts arrive and leave, like cars passing on a road. No need to chase after them or stop them, just watch. Why do negative patterns repeat? Imagine you have a habit of biting your nails when you're worried. One day you realize your nails hurt, but you don't remember when you started biting them. Negative thinking is often like this, a habit we don't notice until it's grown strong. But when you use mindfulness, you catch yourself in the act. You realize, oh, here is that worry again. Or, I see that old thought about not being enough. In this way, mindfulness helps you recognize patterns before they grow bigger. Let's try a simple exercise. For one day, decide to notice every time you feel something negative, a feeling, a thought, or a body sensation. You do not have to change it, you only have to see it. Each time, say gently in your mind, here is a worried thought, or now I feel sad. When you name what is happening, you take a gentle step back. Naming is like shining your lantern on a hidden path. Suddenly, it is not so scary or strong anymore. Some people worry that if they pay attention to negative thoughts, those thoughts will grow. But the Zen master teaches, it is not paying attention that feeds them, but pushing them away or pretending not to see them. When you ignore or fight a thought, it hides in the shadows and grows stronger. When you quietly notice and accept it, it loses power. Mindfulness is not fighting, but befriending your own mind. You may notice, with practice, that negative patterns have certain shapes or triggers. For example, you might always feel worried before a test, or grumpy when you are tired, or sad when you think of an old memory. Mindfulness helps you see these patterns. Every Monday I feel nervous. Or, after hearing that voice, I feel small. Seeing the pattern is the first key to change. You learn, these feelings are not random. They follow a path. Once you know the path, you can choose a kinder road for yourselves. Sometimes, thoughts come in storms, fast and loud. What if I fail? What if I am not liked? What if something bad happens? The Zen master suggests a gentle practice in these moments. Stop for one breath. Notice the feeling in your body. Name the storm. Say, "This is just my mind making worries." Remember, storms always pass. No storm lasts forever. By noticing, you wait it out without letting the storm sweep you away. Buddhism encourages us to bring mindfulness not just to troubles, but to small joys too. When you taste your food, hear a laugh, or feel the sun, pause and pay full attention. The more you practice being present, the easier it becomes to recognize negative patterns. And soon, the positive moments grow, like flowers in your mind's garden. Remember, mindfulness is not a race or a test. Some days your lantern shines bright, and some days it flickers. That is normal. The Zen master says, one mindful breath is enough to change a whole morning. Even small moments of noticing are valuable. With time, you remember, you are the watcher, not the warrior. The more you practice, the less power old patterns have. Let's finish today's teaching with a gentle reminder. When you notice a negative pattern, maybe judging yourself, feeling envy, or always returning to a sad story, don't be harsh. Instead, say to yourself, "This is a habit of my mind. I see it. I don't have to follow it today." Each moment you choose awareness is a step towards freedom. So, carry your lantern of mindfulness. Watch your thoughts with kindness. See the patterns, and know, with gentle practice, even the oldest habits can soften and change. One breath, one step, one day at a time, your mind becomes clearer, your heart lighter. Walking mindfully, you find true peace blooming quietly within you. Come closer and sit quietly. The world can wait, because this is a soft, gentle moment just for you and the Zen master. Imagine a peaceful room with sunlight spilling through the window, birds singing softly outside, and the warm presence of someone who truly understands. Today, I will guide you deep into the heart of a beautiful practice called meditation. A way to watch your thoughts, all of them, with gentle kindness and without judgment. This is a treasure in Buddhism, a gift to help you live with more peace, less pain, and a mind that is clear like a still pond. Let us start with a story. Imagine a young boy sitting beside a river. He is told to watch the water and do nothing else for one whole hour. First, the boy feels bored. He thinks too much, his body fidgets, and every sound distracts him. Slowly, he begins to notice small things. Leaves floating past, a fish darting under the water, the gentle ripple of wind. Thoughts appear in his mind, about yesterday, tomorrow, good things, sad things, but he learns to just watch them, not chase them, not push them away. By the end, the boy feels lighter, calmer. He hasn't changed the world outside, but the world inside is full of peace. Meditation is like this: watching, noticing, gently letting things be. What does meditation really mean? In Buddhism, it is not magic, nor is it a way to block or erase thoughts. Instead, meditation is sitting quietly, breathing, and paying attention without judgment or struggle. When a happy thought arrives, you notice it, then let it pass. When a sad or angry thought appears, you do the same. Each thought is like a cloud. Let it drift by. Let's begin step by step. Find a comfortable place. You can sit on the ground with your legs crossed, or in a chair with your feet flat. Rest your hands softly in your lap. Close your eyes, or if you prefer, lower your gaze. Now simply notice your breath going in, coming out. There's no need to breathe in a special way. Just notice. With each breath, you become softer, more present. Your mind may wander, that is natural. When it does, gently bring it back to your breathing, as kindly as you would lead a small child. Thoughts will come. Perhaps, what will I eat for breakfast? Or am I doing this right? Or old memories. Every time you notice a thought, smile inside. The Zen master says, this is what minds do. They think. Meditation is not about stopping thoughts, but about changing your relationship with them. Instead of fighting, hiding, or judging, you simply observe. Here is a special trick. When a thought appears, give it a gentle name. For example, if you remember a mistake, say quietly, memory. If you begin planning your day, call it planning. If you feel worried, just say worry. Naming your thoughts helps you see them as passing events, not rulers of your mind. This soft naming is a secret from the ancient teachers, a way to build awareness without being caught in stories. Over time, you will notice that thoughts lose their power. Like wind in the trees, they come and go. Some are strong, others soft, but none can uproot the tree itself. Your quiet mind, your calm heart, is the tree, steady, strong, always present. In Buddhism, this type of meditation is called vipassana, or insight meditation. Is not for special people or only for monks in faraway temples. Anyone can do it. Young or old, tired or awake, happy or sad. All you need is patience and a little bit of courage to sit with yourself, exactly as you are. The Zen master teaches, when you judge your thoughts, you make the mud thicker in your pond. When you let thoughts come and go, the water settles and clears. It may sound simple, but it is powerful. If a negative thought appears, I am not enough, I should be better, nothing ever changes. What if you did nothing? What if you just watched it float by and returned always gently to your breath? Sometimes meditation will feel easy. Other days your mind might bounce like a monkey, jumping from one thought to another. Do not get upset. This too is part of the practice. When you notice restlessness, simply say restlessness. When you feel sleepy, say sleepy. The important thing is not to judge yourselves. Everyone's mind is like this sometimes, even the greatest teachers. Let us practice together right now. 1. Sit comfortably and close your eyes if you wish. 2. Bring your attention to the feeling of air entering and leaving your nose. 3. When a thought arises, gently name it. Thinking, worry, remembering, and let it pass like a cloud. 4. If you get caught and forget, that is okay. The moment you notice, you are already practicing mindfulness. Return to your breath. 5. Try this for just 5 minutes. That is enough to begin. As days pass, you can slowly sit for more minutes, maybe 10, maybe 20. What matters most is not the number of minutes, but the gentle attitude you bring. You are not trying to force change. You are simply being with yourself as you are. Patient, kind, soft, and open. The Zen master teaches, behind every thought is silence, and within silence is peace. Sometimes in meditation you may notice moments when no thoughts come. This is not emptiness, but a very sweet fullness. The clear blue sky behind the clouds. Enjoy these peaceful pauses. Know that the space between thoughts is where you truly rest. One day you may notice something surprising. After practicing sitting quietly, your regular life feels different. Maybe you are a little less quick to worry. Maybe when someone upsets you, you pause before reacting. Maybe a difficult thought doesn't hurt as much. It passes more easily. Why? Because you have learned to observe your mind kindly, without judgment. You don't let every passing thought become a storm. Meditation is not only for quiet times. The more you practice, the more this gentle awareness comes into your daily lives. For example, washing dishes, walking to school, waiting in line, even feeling joy or sadness. All can be done with the same noticing, the same gentle breath. This is called meditation in action. Some people say, "I cannot meditate. My mind is too busy." But the Zen master laughs softly. That is exactly why you should meditate. An untrained mind is busy. A trained mind is calm, not because it has no thoughts, but because it knows how to let them go. Even the busiest mind becomes softer with practice, just as muddy water becomes clear when left alone. If your thoughts ever become heavy or scary, remember, thoughts are not facts. Meditation gives you space to see clearly. This is just a thought. I do not need to believe it. I can return to my breath. This space is freedom, the secret heart of meditation, the way to deep peace. Let's share a story. A monk once asked his teacher, "What should I do when angry thoughts come?" The teacher answered, "Invite them for tea." When the monk did this, when he sat honestly with anger instead of fighting, the feeling lost its power. The same is true for you. Sit with every thought as a guest, even the difficult ones. Serve them tea, then let them leave when they are ready. Before we finish, remember that meditation is a lifelong friend. It always waits for you, anytime, any place. Start with even 1 minute a day. Sit, notice your breath, see thoughts come and go. Little by little, your mind will become like a clear pond, your heart full of gentle light. As you walk the path of Buddhism and gentle living, keep this practice close. Call upon it when days are bright and when storms visit. Each time you sit and watch, without judgment, you grow roots of patience, kindness, and courage. This is the way of true peace, a gift you give yourself every single day. Come back to your breaths. Come back to the present. Let every thought be your teacher, every moment your practice, and every day a chance to grow gentle with your own beautiful mind. Come, let us sit together in the shade of an old tree, where the breeze is gentle and the air is easy to breathe. You have already learned how to watch your thoughts, to see them come and go like clouds or leaves on water. Now, as your Zen master, I wish to share another gentle gift from Buddhism, a deep and simple practice called loving kindness, or metta. With this practice, you can soften the hardest thoughts, warm the coldest doubts, and slowly fill your mind with a peaceful, bright light. Let's begin by thinking about what loving kindness means. At its heart, loving kindness is a feeling of friendliness. It's the wish for yourself and others to be happy. It asks, what if every thought, even the difficult ones, could be met with warmth instead of fear? Metta is like the sun on a chilly morning. It touches everything, even the shadows, and slowly brings warmth and color. Maybe you have heard the word metta before. In simple words, it means sending friendly wishes. You do this by repeating certain phrases. not out loud, but gently in your mind. These phrases are like small seeds of kindness. With each thought, you plant them and allow them to grow. Let's imagine you wake up one morning and a negative thought visits. I am not good enough. In the past, you might try to chase it away or cover it up. But now, with loving kindness, you do something much softer. You greet the thought like an old friend. Hello, I see you. Then you say, I wish to be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. You do not argue with the thought or try to fix it. You simply wish yourself kindness, again and again. The Zen master teaches, if you sprinkle water on a small plant every day, it grows stronger and greener. The same is true for loving kindness. Every gentle wish, no matter how small, nourishes your mind. Let's try this together. Close your eyes for a moment. Bring to mind a picture of yourself. Imagine you are smiling softly. Now repeat these words quietly. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live in peace. Say these words as if you were speaking to a good friend who needs comfort. Give yourself patience, even if you don't fully believe the words yet. Just plant the seeds. Sometimes it takes time for a seed to grow. You may wonder, how does loving kindness transform negative thoughts? The answer is simple. When you treat yourself with kindness, your mind becomes less harsh, less critical. Negative thoughts find less room to grow. Imagine a garden. When you plant many flowers, weeds have less space to take over. Loving kindness is your garden of flowers. The more you plant, the more beauty grows. Loving kindness does not only mean being soft or gentle. It is also strong, like a tree that shelters small animals from the wind. When you are kind to yourself, you build inner strength. Over time, you find that negative thoughts do not push you around as much. You become steady, gentle, and strong. The Zen master says, true kindness starts with yourself. When you become your own friend, you have more to give to others. Sometimes, negative thoughts are old stories we carry. Words from childhood, memories of mistakes, fears left unspoken. Each time you practice loving kindness, you loosen these stories, little by little, and make space for something kinder to grow. Let's go deeper with another practice. Besides yourself, think of someone you love, a parent, a friend, even a pet. Imagine them happy, smiling. Now wish them well. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live in peace. Feel your heart open a little. Repeat these words slowly. If it is hard, pause and breathe. There is no rush. Remember, loving kindness is not a race. It is a gentle walk with a friend. Now, this is where the teaching becomes truly powerful. In Buddhism, we are encouraged to send loving kindness to everyone, even people we find difficult. Maybe someone once said something to hurt you, or a person does not understand you. Imagine that person and softly wish them kindness too. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live in peace. You might protest, but I do not want to. That is natural. Loving kindness does not mean pretending there was no hurt. It means that you wish peace for yourself, so you can let go of old pain and be free from carrying heavy thoughts. Each time you offer this gentle wish, even if only a little, your own heart becomes lighter. Let's use a short story to bring this home. Imagine a small village. In this village, there is a kind woman who, every morning, goes to the river to fetch water. She always greets everyone with a smile. One day, a few children in the village tease her. She feels sadness and old anger bubbling up. Instead of shouting back or letting anger grow, she practices loving kindness. May I be peaceful. May these children find happiness in their hearts. She notices her anger melts away, little by little, and she walks home with a soft smile inside. In this way, loving kindness is not just for meditation. It is for every day. When you wait in line, ride the bus, or walk through a busy street, silently wish well to the people you see. If you feel lonely, wish well to yourself. If you feel angry, wish well to the person who upset you. With each wish, your mind shifts a little, negative thoughts loosen their grip, and your world becomes lighter. Sometimes you may feel nothing is changing. The Zen master reminds you, every sunrise is new, but you don't see the tree growing until one day its branches are stronger and its leaves are green. Trust the small daily practice. When you offer loving kindness, you are building a place inside yourself where peace grows, even if it takes time. It is important to remember, loving kindness does not mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is always fine. It means turning towards whatever appears in your mind, even the most difficult thoughts, and bringing gentleness there. If you feel sad, repeat, may I be gentle with myself as I feel this sadness. If you feel afraid, say, may I hold my fear with kindness. This is how heavy thoughts are transformed, not by force, but by warmth, like snow melting in the sun. If you want to practice loving kindness every day, start with a few minutes each morning or night. Say the simple phrases for yourself, then for someone you love, then for others, even people you know only a little. Some days it will feel easy, and other days it may feel hard. Both are normal. The important thing is to keep watering the seeds. Even science agrees. Research shows that practicing loving kindness meditation makes people feel happier, calmer, and more connected to others. It lowers stress and helps with sadness. But the Zen master smiles and says, more important than science is your own heart. Keep practicing, and you will see for yourself how gentle wishes change the color of your days. Let's review the gentle steps of metta. 1. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you like. 2. Bring to mind yourself, someone you love, someone you feel neutral about, and someone you struggle with. 3. Repeat the loving kindness phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live in peace. 4. Notice how each wish makes you feel. No need to force anything. If your mind wanders, simply return to the phrases. 5. End with wishing loving kindness to all beings. May all beings everywhere be happy, healthy, safe, and peaceful. You might use different words. That is fine. The feeling is what matters, the wish for kindness, like a gentle breath for yourself and the world. When you practice loving kindness, you are not ignoring your problems. Instead, you are learning a new habit, to face each thought, feeling, and person with an open heart. Negative thoughts may not disappear right away, but as you water your mind with kindness, you will notice those thoughts becoming less solid, less scary, and eventually, less frequent. Every day, return to this practice. It is not a magic spell, but a steady light on the path. With time, you become your own friend. You begin to notice the good in yourself and others. And day by day, step by step, you create a mind that is softer, lighter, and open to peace. Remember, the sun does not choose to shine only on one flower. It lights up the whole field. In the same way, Let your loving kindness touch every thought, every moment, every person. When negative thoughts visit, greet them gently, wish them kindness, and watch as your inner sun melts even the hardest shadows. In this way, you walk the true path of peace, guided by the soft and steady light within your own heart. Come, take a seat by me in the soft shade of this peaceful garden, where the breeze flows gently and everything smells of earth and life. Today, as your Zen master, I wish to share with you one of the most beautiful and gentle teachings from Buddhism, the secret of impermanence. Learning this lesson is like discovering the key to unlock the doors of your mind, especially the rooms packed with old, painful, or negative thoughts. Let us begin with a simple question. Can you think of something from your past that seemed impossible to escape? A worry, a sad moment, or a problem? At that time, it felt too big to move, too heavy to lift. But look at you now. You are here, breathing, listening, learning. What happened to that problem? Slowly, quietly, almost without you noticing, it changed. Maybe it grew smaller. Maybe it disappeared. This is the truth of impermanence. Everything, no matter how strong, will one day change. In Buddhism, impermanence is called anicca. It means nothing in this world. No feeling, thought, person, or situation stays the same forever. Like clouds drifting across the sky, seasons changing from spring to summer to fall, or a rainbow fading after rain. All things are always moving, always transforming. Why is this teaching so important for negative thoughts? The Zen master explains with a smile. When you forget about impermanence, you believe your sadness or worry will last forever. But when you remember that everything passes, you can hold your troubles more lightly. You can let them go as soon as they are ready to leave. Let's imagine the mind is a big old house. Inside, there are many rooms. Some are bright, filled with laughter and sunshine. Others are small and dark, covered in cobwebs of old pain or worry. If you walk into one of these dark rooms, you may feel trapped. You may believe, I will always feel this way. But if you look closer, you will see that even in the darkest room, a window is open and fresh air comes in little by little. The darkness changes, light grows, air clears. Even the most stubborn sadness cannot last forever. So, how can we use this wisdom of impermanence in our daily lives? First, the master suggests a practice of watching. Each time a strong negative thought appears, pause and say gently, "This too will pass." Like a wave in the ocean, it rises, grows tall, and then, without your help, it falls away. Just watch and remember. Every feeling, pleasant or unpleasant, comes and goes. Often we cling to our thoughts, especially the painful ones, like a child clutching an old toy, maybe a memory from school, or harsh words someone said long ago. Return again and again in your mind. You replay them, thinking, am I always like this? Is this my fate? But the teaching of impermanence says, no, nothing is fixed. Even the strongest mountain will crumble over ages. Your thoughts are lighter than a feather in comparison. They will surely float away. Let's try a small exercise together. Think of a problem you have now. Maybe it hurts in your heart, or it fills your mind with worry. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say softly, "This is difficult now, but it will not last forever. Like clouds, it will change and go." Do not try to force the feeling out. Simply notice, breathe, and let time do its work. With every breath, you create space for change. The Zen master tells a story. Once, a wise king wanted a message to help him in all situations, during joy and during sorrow. His advisors brought him many words, but nothing satisfied him. At last, the humble servant handed the king a ring with a simple message inside. "This, too, shall pass." The king wore the ring every day, and the words reminded him not to cling too tightly to happiness or sink too deeply in sadness. Everything changes. Sometimes negative thoughts trick us. They whisper, "This pain is who you are. This sadness is forever." But look carefully. How many things have changed in your life? Your body, your friends, your worries, and even your dreams. No thought, however powerful, can last forever. When you see this truth, the grip of fear and sadness loosens a little. You can breathe easier, knowing that time and change are gentle helpers. It's also easy to get stuck in fixed views about ourselves. I am always anxious. I am shy. I can never be happy. These are not real, unchangeable truths. They are old stories. If you water them, they grow. If you leave them, they wither. The Master says, your true self is like water, soft, flowing, always ready to become something new. Try to smile at your old ideas. Let them pass by. Each day you are fresh and new, capable of change. To help you remember impermanence, use simple reminders. When you drink tea, notice how the warmth fades and the flavor changes. When you go outside, see how the light shifts, how the air feels different from yesterday. Every moment in nature whispers the lesson. Nothing stays, nothing gets stuck. Sometimes you may feel impatient. You want a bad feeling to go away now, but the Master reminds you, just as you cannot force a fruit to ripen, you cannot rush your mind. With patience, even the hardest feelings soften. When impatience appears, breathe and repeat. Change will come in its own time. I can wait with kindness. Let's imagine your mind is a rainy day. Maybe you feel heavy, slow, tired. You think, this sadness will never end. But have you ever seen a rainstorm that lasted forever? No, the clouds break, sun shines, ground dries, and colors return. In the same way, your thoughts will shift. Sometimes you must simply sit, breathe, and wait for the rain to pass. Another gentle practice. At the end of each day, spend a moment remembering how nothing stayed the same. Perhaps a moment of laughter, a feeling of anger, a taste of food. A few hours later, all gone. Notice how you felt when you woke up at noon, at night, always changing. Life dances, never standing still. Mistakes, too, follow this law. If you have done something wrong, or if you feel shame or regret, do not carry it forever. Gently remind yourself, this feeling will move. I can learn and let go. Like footprints in wet sand, yesterday's troubles are washed away by the waves of today. Buddhism also teaches to use meditation for understanding impermanence. Sit quietly, watch your breath. Notice the cool air in, the warm air out, each breath new and different. Thoughts come, then go. Aches rise up, then settle. The more you look, the more you see. Everything is moving, flowing, changing. Here is a story from long ago. A young monk was sad because the flowers in his garden fell to the ground too soon. He wanted them to bloom forever. One day, his teacher brought him a faded blossom and said, "Beauty and loss go together. If a flower never faded, you would not notice its beauty." In the same way, each feeling, even pain, brings its own lesson. When it passes, something new can grow. By learning this, The young monk found happiness in every falling petal. Do not mistake impermanence for something sad. In Buddhism, it is seen as a source of hope. Because all things change, your pain can heal, your heart can open, your story can go down a new path. You do not need to fix yourself forever. You need only wait with patience and trust in the gentle flow of life. Sometimes, when a difficult thought appears, you might picture it as a visitor at your door. Welcome it kindly. Hello, old thought. Sit with it, listen, notice when it becomes quiet, then watch as it leaves, just as easily as it came. Each time you see a thought come and go, you become more certain. You are not stuck. You are not your pain. You are the peaceful watcher, the gentle heart, the open sky. As you walk through your days, practice noticing small changes. A flower opening, a bird flying, a feeling fading. Let each change remind you, nothing is fixed. No feeling is forever. When negative thoughts try to convince you otherwise, smile, breathe, and let the gentle truth of impermanence carry you onward. Remember, dear one, the river flows, the seasons turn, and every thought, no matter how strong, will one day drift away. Trust in this softness, and your heart will grow light, your mind clear, and your life a peaceful dance of change and hope. Come closer, dear friend. Let us sit by a calm stream, where the sun dances on the water and the air is full of gentle sounds. Today, I, your Zen master, share with you a precious skill from Buddhism, one that can turn heavy stones of negativity into soft petals of kindness. Compassion. Imagine compassion as a warm blanket, gentle, safe, and comforting, ready to soften even the hardest or coldest places inside you. We all hear the word compassion, but what does it mean? In simple language, compassion is the wish to help and care for someone who is hurting, including yourselves. It is the feeling in your heart when you see someone sad, lost, or troubled, and you want to help them feel better. In Buddhism, compassion is called karuna. It is not just for saints or special people. It is for everyone. Every heart, no matter how tired or hurt, can learn to bring forth compassion. Let's begin with yourselves. Many people find it easier to be kind to others than to themselves. Yet, to truly heal negative thoughts, you must start inside. When your mind brings up words like, I am not enough, or I always mess up, do not rush to judge or push them away. Pause and say softly, I am hurting right now. It's okay. May I be kind to myself. This small wish is the seed of compassion. Each time you do it, you plant a flower in your heart's garden. Why does compassion help with negativity? Imagine a classroom filled with noisy children. If the teacher shouts, the room becomes rougher. But if the teacher speaks with patience and care, the noise calms and everyone feels safer. Your thoughts are like these children, sometimes wild, sometimes gentle. When you meet negative thoughts with compassion instead of anger or fear, they soften and quieten on their own. Let us try a simple practice. When you notice a painful thought, place your hand gently over your heart, if that feels comfortable. Take a breath and say silently, this is a moment of suffering. Suffering is part of being human. May I be gentle with myself. There is no magic in the words themselves. It is your gentle attention that makes the difference. You become both the wounded and the healer, the child and the caring parent. Compassion is not only for moments when you are alone. It is for every corner of life. When someone at school or work is unkind, or when a family member is upset, Pause before reacting. Notice, they too are suffering. Maybe their anger hides a pain you cannot see. With this simple shift in your heart, you may respond with calm words or patient silence, instead of adding more anger to the world. The Zen master teaches, compassion does not always mean agreeing. It means meeting people where they are, with kindness as your guide. In Buddhism, compassion is a practice, a seed to be watered every day. You might start your morning with small wishes. May I be kind to myself. May I help others if I can. Throughout the day, notice small chances to practice. Holding the door for someone tired, sharing a smile with a stranger, forgiving yourself for small mistakes. Let's use a story. Imagine a gardener with a dry patch in her field. She could shout and stomp, angry that nothing grows. Or she could kneel down, touch the earth gently, and bring water day by day. Slowly, tiny green sprouts appear. Compassion is this tireless watering of your own dry heart and the hearts of others. It is the daily work of turning even old pain into new hope. Many people fear that if they are too compassionate, they will be too soft, or others will take advantage. But remember, real compassion is not about being weak. It is strong and wise. Sometimes, being compassionate is speaking a truth kindly, or saying no to harm. The Zen master says, a willow bends in the wind, but its roots are strong and deep. Let your compassion be gentle and yet steady. Here's a practice you can use anytime, called sending compassion. Sit or stand quietly. Think of someone who is having a hard time. If that is you, that's okay. Picture them. Breathe slowly and softly say in your mind, may you be safe. May you find peace. May you be free from suffering. You do not need to fix their problems or change anything. Your kind wish is like a gentle wind. It may not be seen, but it can be deeply felt. Sometimes, the hardest person to send compassion to is yourself. Maybe you remember mistakes or old habits you wish would go away. The Zen master smiles and says, begin again. Each day is new. Compassion means giving yourself permission to start fresh, without carrying heavy stones from yesterday. With time, as you practice compassion, you will notice subtle changes. Your heart feels lighter. When anger rises, it passes more quickly. When someone is harsh, you do not hold the pain inside so tightly. Compassion is a gentle fire. It warms and softens whatever it touches, burning away the hardest knots of negativity. It is natural to ask, what if I try and nothing changes? What if my negative thoughts are still so strong? The Master reassures you. Compassion is not about never feeling pain, but about not turning away from it. Each time you offer yourself or another a kind wish, you build a new habit. Over days, weeks, months, these small moments of gentleness grow. The deepest roots of negativity can be softened and returned to the earth. Buddhist teachers often share that compassion is a treasure more precious than gold. It helps you not only with your own mind, but with all your relationships. When you practice patience with yourself, you naturally become more patient with others. When you forgive small mistakes in your own heart, it becomes easier to forgive the world. Let us also remember, compassion works best when it is honest. If you feel too upset to offer kindness in a moment, that is okay. Do not force it. Wait, breathe, and return when you are ready. Compassion is a practice, not a prize for perfect people. Here is a simple exercise for your week. 1. Each morning or night, recall one moment when your mind felt negative about yourself or someone else. 2. Say softly, "That was suffering. It's okay. May I be gentle with myself." 3. If possible, remember that the person or situation causing pain is suffering too. Whisper, "May they find peace." 4. Notice how this softens the edges of your heart. In time, you may realize the great secret of all Zen masters, that everyone everywhere is just trying to be safe and happy. Even those who seem difficult or hurtful are simply reacting to their own pain. Compassion makes you wise. You stop taking anger or rudeness so personally, and you become skilled at healing both yourself and the world. When compassion grows in you, negativity loses its power. Your mind, once caught in storms, becomes a place of safety and tenderness. Bad days pass more quickly, and good days shine even brighter. With each act of compassion, no matter how quiet or small, you shape your mind, your heart, and your world into places where peace can thrive. So, as the sun sets and the stream flows on, remember this gentle truth. Within you is a boundless well of compassion. Each day, water it with small, kind actions. Each day, let it heal the hard places in your mind. Do not worry about being perfect. Just practice. Day by day, you will find your whole life blooming with the light of gentle, powerful compassion. Come, friend, walk gently beside me under the green trees, by a soft river where the water carries away old leaves and brings new life. Today, your Zen master wishes to show you a map, a wise, gentle guide from Buddhism. This map is called the Noble Eightfold Paths, and it leads anyone, step by kind step, towards a happier, clearer, more peaceful mind. Imagine your mind as a traveler, lost sometimes in forests of negative thoughts, unsure where to go. The Eightfold Path is a soft road, made of 8 helpful directions that anyone can follow. With each step, thick weeds of worry thin out, and the sun shines more in your heart. Let's start at the beginning. The Buddha long ago saw that people everywhere wanted the same thing: freedom from suffering, a gentle heart, a clear mind. He did not just talk. He offered a path, practical, simple steps anyone can walk, no matter who they are. The Eightfold Path is not hard or mysterious. It is as natural as breathing, as friendly as good advice. The first step is right view. This means understanding how life truly works. With right view, you see that painful thoughts are not permanent. They change, like clouds shifting. You see things clearly, without fear or confusion. And remember, there are always new ways to see your problems. The second step is right intention. Imagine your heart as a garden. The seeds you plant matter. Right intention is planting seeds of kindness, not seeds of anger or harm. You choose each day to wish for good, not only for others, but for yourself too. Next is right speech. The words you use, even to yourself, are powerful. Right speech means speaking gently, honestly, and helpfully. Imagine how you feel if you repeat, "I'm hopeless," or "things won't change." These words are like cold winds in your mind. Try to speak softness instead. "I am learning. I am trying. I can grow." The fourth step is right action. This means doing things that help and heal, not harm. Small actions matter. Helping a friend, caring for a pet, choosing peace over anger. Every kind act softens negativity, even if it's just making your bed or offering a smile. Fifth, we practice right livelihood. This means choosing work or daily actions that do not bring harm to others or fill you with regret. If you are a student, do your work honestly. If you are working, do so fairly. Each honest step builds self-respect and clears away guilt. Now comes right effort. In Buddhism, effort is not about forcing or fighting. It is like tending a small flower. Gentle, patient, steady. Right effort means gently noticing when you are falling into old negative habits, and choosing, again and again, to return to kindness and calm. It does not matter how often you wander off. What matters is gently coming back. The seventh direction is right mindfulness. You have already learned this. Paying attention, noticing your thoughts and feelings as they come and go, without judging. Right mindfulness asks, where is my mind right now? It is about being present, whether you're happy, sad, or in between. The last is right concentration. This means gathering your mind, like sunlight through a lens, to focus on what matters. You practice by sitting quietly, breathing, or paying close attention to one thing. A coloring page, a walk in nature, even washing your hands. Each time you bring your mind back, you become stronger and quieter inside. With all 8 steps, the path becomes clear. You see, hear, and act in new ways. Slowly, gently, your mind changes. The weeds of sadness and worry do not disappear overnight, but with practice, they get smaller, and you have more room for peace and joy. Some people think the Eightfold Path is a big thing, too much to remember, but the Zen master laughs gently. It is simply living kindly, every day, in words, actions, and thoughts. Let's try a little practice for today. Take one step, maybe right speech or right effort. Watch for moments you can practice even in small ways. Notice your words to yourself and others. When you catch a harsh word or a negative thought, pause, breathe, and soften it. Each small act builds your path, stone by gentle stone. Buddhist teachers sometimes tell a story about walking in a dark forest. If you hold a small lantern, you cannot see the whole path, but you can always see the next step. That is enough. With the Eightfold Path, you don't need to see your whole journey. You just walk, step by kind step, toward light. Sometimes you might feel lost. Old negative thoughts appear. I will never get it right. But every moment you notice, you are practicing right mindfulness. Every time you try again, you show right effort. You are always on the path, even if it feels hard, even if you forget for a time. Let me share one more story. A young boy once asked his teacher, "How do I get rid of all my problems?" The teacher gave him a broom and pointed to the garden filled with fallen leaves. The boy began to sweep. The wind blew more leaves, but he kept cleaning gently, patiently. Slowly, the garden became clearer, and he smiled. The Eightfold Path is like gentle sweeping, over and over, sweeping your mind clear, knowing leaves will fall again but trusting in your ability to clear them each day. The true gift of the Eightfold Path is this: you do not walk alone. Every person, everywhere, is walking their own path, making mistakes, learning, trying again. Each step, big or small, plants seeds of clarity, hope, and new beginnings. So, friend, remember this simple truth as you walk. The path is not about being perfect, but about being gentle, steady, and kind. Every kind thought, honest word, calm breath, and patient action is a step towards the peace that lives inside you. The Noble Eightfold Path is your guide, your quiet friend, and your promise that with patience, all minds can become bright, clear, and full of joy. Come, sit peacefully in the shade of a quiet forest, where the gentle wind whispers through tall trees and sunlight flickers on green leaves. As your Zen master, I want to share with you today two very important friends on the path to a peaceful mind: right view and right intention. These are simple yet mighty teachings from Buddhism, made for everyone, no matter your age or the worries you carry. If your mind feels heavy with negative thoughts, learning these two steps can help you lift those thoughts and let them blow away like autumn leaves. Let us start with right view. Imagine you are looking at a garden through a dirty window. The garden might be beautiful with flowers and butterflies, but if your window is cloudy, you cannot see it clearly. You may even believe the garden itself is dull or broken, just because of the window. In the same way, negative thoughts act like dirt on the window of your mind. Right view is like gently cleaning that window so you can finally see things as they truly are. What is right view? It is seeing the world and yourself honestly and with gentle understanding. Buddhism says that suffering comes from mistakes in the way we see things. When you believe every negative thought is a solid truth, I am not good, things will never get better, nobody cares, it's like insisting that dirt on a window is part of the garden. Right view teaches you to pause and ask, is this thought really true? Is it only a feeling? Could there be another way to see this? Here's a simple example. Imagine you spill a glass of water at home. Maybe your mind jumps to, I'm so clumsy, I always ruin things. But if you practice right view, you stop, breathe, and see more kindly. It was only a small accident. Everyone spills sometimes. The water can be cleaned. I am still good. Right view doesn't hide problems, but it helps you see beyond your first, unkind reaction. Right view is also about remembering impermanence. Everything changes. When a strong, painful feeling comes, it feels huge and forever. But with right view, you remember, this is only now. It will pass, just like all storms do. This reminder brings softness and hope, and the negative thought loses its grip. Now, let's meet the second friend, right intention. If right view cleans your window, right intention chooses what seeds you want to plant in the garden outside. Every day you plant intentions with your thoughts, words, and actions. If your intention is to be kind to yourself and others, you slowly create a garden full of gentle colors, even if sometimes weeds of anger or sadness pop up. Right intention is about choosing, again and again, to move from negativity to calmness, from harshness to care. It asks you to let go of bad intentions, such as hurting yourself with unkind thoughts or wishing harm on others, and to grow good intentions, such as kindness, patience, and forgiveness. You do not have to change overnight. Each small intention is like planting one flower seed. Over time, your mind becomes a brighter place. Let's talk more about shifting negative thinking with these two friends. When a troublesome thought appears, nobody likes me, pause for right view. Ask yourself, is this thought really, completely true? Are there people who have shown me care? Have I sometimes been wrong before? Then use right intention. I wish to be gentle with myself. I will look for small moments of kindness today, both given and received. This way you stop watering the weeds and start nourishing flowers instead. You might think, but negative thoughts just appear before I can stop them. That is natural. The Zen master smiles and says, thoughts are visitors. You cannot always stop them from coming, but you choose how long they stay. When you notice a negative thought, greet it with curiosity. You are here, but you do not have to stay forever. Right view helps you see the visitor. Right intention helps you show it the door. Some people are afraid that changing the way they see things is like pretending or being unrealistic. But Buddhism teaches that seeing clearly often means being more honest, not less. If you always tell yourself, nothing ever goes right, but pause to remember the many good moments, even small ones, like a kind smile from a stranger or a good meal, you are not pretending. You are seeing the full truth, not just the unhappy part. Let's try a daily practice. Each morning, before you begin the busy day, take a moment to set your right intention. You might silently say, "Today, I wish to see things clearly. I want to be gentle with myself, even when things go wrong. I choose words and actions that bring peace." When troubles come, remember your intention. This helps you return to kindness, even if you wander away for a while. Now let's use right view during a stressful moment. Maybe someone says something unkind. Your mind may quickly think, "They hate me. I always say the wrong things." Pause. Breathe. Right view says, "Maybe they are having a bad day. Maybe I misunderstood. Their words are not the full truth of who I am." No need to make excuses or hide pain, but see it with clear eyes, not through the window of old fear. For some, this may feel hard. The mind's habits are strong, and negativity seems to come without end. But the Zen master reminds us, every habit changes with patient practice. Each time you use right view and right intention, you weaken the old path and strengthen a new one. Imagine walking through thick grass. At first, each step is hard. But as you return each day, the path becomes clearer and easier to follow. Let's use a story to make this gentle lesson easier. A young girl was afraid of failing her exams. Her thoughts repeated, "I will fail. I am not smart." Her teacher, a gentle monk, gave her 2 pebbles, one black, one white. "Each day," said the teacher, "put the black pebble in your left pocket for every negative thought, and the white pebble in your right pocket whenever you remember something good about yourself or your effort." At the end of the week, she found many more white pebbles than she expected. Her right view had become clearer. Her intention to notice her good points grew stronger, and her fear became softer, less frightening. Sometimes you might wonder, what if my thoughts are right? What if things really are difficult or sad? Right view never tells you to ignore pain or pretend problems do not exist. Instead, it says, see the whole truth. Feel what you feel, but do not get trapped in the story that things will never change. Right intention asks, how can I bring kindness and hope to this moment? Even if all I can offer is a deep breath or a friendly word to myself. Mistakes and troubles are part of being human. Right view allows you to learn from them instead of beating yourself up. Right intention helps you start fresh, as many times as you need. Each day is new. Each heartbeat is a chance to try again. Now, another small exercise. Tonight, before you sleep, look back at your day. Was there a time you were lost in negative thoughts? Ask yourself, did I see the whole picture? Was there another way to look at this? Then, gently wish yourself good intention for tomorrow. May I wake with a fresh mind. May I be kind to myself and others. May I remember to clean my window and choose kindness again. With practice, these 2 friends, right view and right intention, will walk beside you in every moment. Your window will become clearer and clearer. Your garden will bloom with soft colors. Negative thoughts may still come, but you will know how to meet them, see them truly, and offer them kindness until they pass. Remember, dear one, your mind is always changing, always ready for light. With right view, you see truly. With right intention, you grow hope. Together, They make even the darkest days brighter and guide you, step by gentle step, on the path of peace and happiness. Come closer, dear one. Let us find a quiet place under a big tree, where the shade cools the ground and the world feels gentle. Today, your Zen master will tell you a story not about magic, but about the simple and powerful way in which your thoughts and actions shape your life. In Buddhism, this beautiful lesson is called karma. Karma is often misunderstood, but I will explain it so simply that even a child can feel it in their heart. Listen now, for these ideas can soften and brighten every day of your life. Let's begin by talking about what karma truly means. Karma is not a word for punishment or reward. It simply means action. Every action, what you do, say, and even what you think, plants a seed. These tiny seeds grow. Some become flowers, others weeds. In your mind, actions and thoughts grow into feelings, habits, and, in time, your way of seeing the world. Imagine each thought as a drop falling into a pond. If your thoughts are gentle and kind, the ripples will be soft, spreading peace far and wide. If your thoughts are harsh or angry, the water becomes muddy, and it's hard to see clearly. The Zen master smiles and says, every moment, you are creating the world you live in, drop by drop. You might think, how can a thought make my world different? Let's look with gentle eyes. If you wake in the morning and think, today will be difficult, you are already seeing the world through a dark glass. Everything seems a little heavier. But if you begin with, I can try my best, the world feels a bit lighter. Your thoughts are the glasses you wear. They color everything. Some people think karma is only about big mistakes or big kindnesses. But in truth, karma is built by many, many small actions and thoughts. Think of a large mountain. It is not one single stone, but thousands and thousands of grains. In the same way, your habits and your mind are shaped by every tiny choice each day, whether to speak kindly, whether to forgive, whether to practice patience. The Zen master teaches, when a negative thought comes, do not be afraid. See it like a small seed. You can choose whether to plant it or let it fall away. If you pay attention and care for it, it will grow. If you leave it unfed, it will disappear. Let's use a story as an example. There was once a boy who became angry every time he lost at a game. His anger made him shout at his friends. Day after day, he kept this habit, and soon his friends did not want to play with him. He felt more and more lonely. One day, he sat with a gentle teacher, who gave him a bag of seeds and said, plant one each time you feel kindness instead of anger. As the boy practiced, small flowers began to grow where once only weeds stood. Over time, his heart changed. His friends returned, drawn by the garden of kindness he had created. The lesson here is that every moment you respond to your thoughts with patience, you plant seeds of peace in your mind and life. Karma does not mean that everything that happens is your fault. The world is full of many causes and conditions. However, your inner life, how you feel, how you react, the peace you find, in large part springs from the seeds you water most often. When a harsh thought appears, you can stop and choose a softer response. Not by force, but by gentle practice. If you often think, I am not good enough, those thoughts shape your habits. But if you practice, even once a day, I am learning, I can grow, a new, kinder path will slowly appear. Let's explore how your thoughts shape your reality even more. When you believe a negative thought, your heart becomes heavy, your words grow sharp, your face may frown. Actions and feelings follow your thoughts like baby ducks behind their mother. But when you gently notice, this is just a thought, not the whole story, you have the power to change the family of thoughts that follow. This is how new karma begins, right now in this breath. The Zen master reminds you, your mind is like a garden. Each thought is a seed. What you choose to plant is what you will one day see blooming all around you. You may not see results in one day or even 1 week, but with steady practice, small gentle thoughts become big beautiful trees. Life will sometimes bring storms, but your garden will be strong if you care for it daily. Let's do a gentle practice together. When a negative thought enters your mind, pause. This time, instead of believing it or fighting it, whisper softly, "This is only a seed. Do I want to plant it? If not, breathe deeply and let it pass by." If a kind thought appears, water it with attention and care. Imagine it growing roots, sprouting leaves, bringing soft flowers to your mind. Some people ask, what about the thoughts and actions of others? Can their seeds affect my garden? The answer is yes. We live in the world together. Sometimes, someone's harsh words or anger fall like weeds into your garden. But you are not helpless. You can choose whether to water those seeds or focus on your own, gentle ones. By practicing kindness no matter what, you build a strong, peaceful shelter that others' negativity cannot easily disturb. Karma is always moving, always changing. You are never stuck. Even if you have watered many weeds in the past, you can always begin again. Every moment is a new chance to plant a gentle, hopeful seed. This is the real secret. There is no final end, no locked fate. Karma means action, and every action today is fresh. Another teaching says, as you think, so you become. If you practice patience, in time patience becomes natural. If you practice forgiveness, you find it easier to let go. With each good thought and act, you create happier habits, and your days feel lighter, more peaceful. It is not magic, just steady planting day by day. Some people worry, but my mind is full of old, negative habits. Can I really change? The Zen master nods kindly. A field left wild for many years can still become a garden with patient care. Every day you choose to be gentle, a bit more sunlight comes in. Your heart opens, your thoughts soften, and new habits quietly grow. Let's share another story. An old woman, often sad and alone, began every morning with a single kind thought. May I be gentle with myself today. First, nothing seemed different, but slowly, her face relaxed. Her words became softer, and people smiled back at her. The seeds of her thoughts bore fruit, not overnight but sure as the seasons change. In Buddhism, karma is hopeful. Tells us that nothing is stuck forever. You are always free to plant new seeds, to water new habits, to choose hope and gentleness over fear and anger. Even if you make a mistake, you can learn, forgive, and begin again. The world is not judging you harshly. It is as open as a field in spring, waiting for what you will plant next. If you remember one thing, remember this: each thought is a chance. Each small kindness, each gentle word to yourself or another, builds a life of peace. The world outside may be wild or noisy, but in your mind, you hold the garden tools. You decide which seeds to care for. So, as you walk through your days, notice your thoughts. When negativity whispers, pause and ask, is this a seed I wish to plant? With practice, you will find it easier to choose peace, again and again, until your whole mind glows like a sunrise, gentle, strong, and beautifully your own. Come, dear friend, Let us sit together for one last time beneath the wide sky, feeling the earth steady and the breeze gentle on our faces. You have walked a long path, step by gentle step, learning ancient wisdom, soft practices, and true kindness from the very heart of Buddhism. Today, as your Zen master, I offer you a warm farewell, a final lesson, and an invitation to take all you have learned into your life with hope and courage. Pause for a moment, breathe in quietly and ask yourselves, how does your heart feel now? Is there more light, more softness? Maybe you notice your mind is a little quieter, or perhaps new questions have bloomed inside you. This is the beauty of the journey. You are always growing, learning, and becoming new. Let us look back gently at the path we have traveled together. Remember the first time you watched your thoughts drift like clouds. The first moment you found your breath and rested with it, even if just for a heartbeat. Remember the feeling of kindness you gave yourselves, the patience you showed when old habits returned, the smile you found waiting for you after forgiving a mistake. Each of these moments is a treasure, more valuable than gold or jewels, because they show you your own power to change. Buddhism teaches that negative thoughts are visitors, not the truth of who you are. They come and they go, sometimes loud, sometimes soft, but your true nature is deeper. A calm, loving heart, a brave and gentle mind that can meet any weather. You are not your worst thoughts. You are not your hardest days. You are like the blue sky, patiently holding every cloud, never harmed by any storm. You may still wonder, will negative thoughts return? Will I forget these lessons? Of course, every heart beats through both calm and storm. But now you have tools. You know to pause, breathe, and notice. You know how to use kindness, curiosity, mindfulness, and detachment. You know your own worth, your own goodness, and your own gentle power. When negative thoughts show up, remember these simple steps. 1. Notice gently. Here is worry. Here is fear. Just name them softly and kindly. 2. Breathe deeply. Return to your breath, the home in your body that is always calm and steady. 3. Bring kindness. Speak to yourself the way you would to a friend. It's okay. Everyone struggles. I am learning. 4. Practice detachment. Let thoughts come and go, like leaves drifting on a river. Watch but do not follow. 5. Start again. Every moment is new. If you forget or fall back into old habits, simply notice and begin again. 6. Reach for community. Share with others, support friends, let yourself be supported too. Walking together makes every path easier. You have learned the wisdom of impermanence, that nothing, not even the hardest feeling or roughest day, will last forever. You have learned the beauty of loving kindness, that gentle wishes over time soften even the stoniest corners of the mind. You have learned the power of right view and right intention, that how you see and what you choose to focus on changes your entire world. Now, as you finish this journey, it is time to embrace your life fully and bravely. Bring these teachings everywhere, to your home and school, to your work, to your friendships, to your moments of joy and tears. Some days you will remember easily, other days you will forget and stumble. Both are part of the path. If ever you feel lost, come back to the simplest lesson. Just sit, notice your breath, feel the earth, and say softly to yourself, this moment is enough. I am enough. Peace lives here now. There is no need to be perfect, no need to rush. True change grows slowly, like a tree, rooted in patience and watered by hope. The Zen master smiles kindly and adds one last secret. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribed. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel Wisdom Woven. Your support is a blessing, helping us to shine more gentle light into the world. You are now ready to walk your own journey. When negative thoughts arise, meet them not as enemies, but as gentle teachers, reminders to pause, breathe, and choose kindness once more. Life will always bring new lessons, fresh starts, and the chance to grow. With every breath, each gentle thought, and every simple act of kindness, you become the peace you seek. Thank you, dear friend, for walking this path. The world is better for your presence, your courage, and your open heart. May you live with peace in every step. May you be free from suffering. May your days be light, your spirit brave, and your mind always clear as the morning sky. Farewell, bright soul. Remember, a lighter mind, a kinder heart, and a peaceful life are always possible. And as the sun sets on this chapter, let your own gentle wisdom shine everywhere you go.